Welcome to episode 5 of how to start a woodworking business. So what I've been focusing on this week is email list. Building out an email list. What I've been using is a service provider called MailChimp. Pretty simple, it's free up until a certain point, up until you start using some extra features, but at the moment it's free. I've built out a landing page, so when people click on the link, they come and sign up. At the moment I've been thinking, how do I get people's email? So it's sort of a trade-off. So what I've been thinking of is giving something away for free, like something I've built, like a table or whatever I've built, you know, enter into this prize draw. It's kind of like a trade-off. So people enter, landing page, and then you got their emails built up on a email list directory. Goals for next week, I'm probably going to look and do some research on building out a text message list, you know, another form of communication which is, I think, underutilized in the business industry. Everyone's always banging on about Instagram or TikTok or this, that, and the other, but texting it's up there, it's more personal, and from what I hear, it's got a higher open rate than emails. Still going on the project slab that I bought from last week. I've sanded it from 80 grit, 100, 120, 150, 180. So it's getting nice and smooth. I'll probably go up to 240, maybe 360. And then I got to think about cutting the live edge off and then half of the live edge, and then going back to the timber supplier and getting the sister slab for it, as I explained last week, and then starting on that. Tools I've been looking at this week. A lot of this woodworking is, you know, I've sort of started to find out it's like 50% sanding. So I've been looking at sanders, and I'm just looking at the best of the best. Festool Rotex 150mm is the one I've been looking at. You know, it's a lot of money, it's $1,200, but I feel if you're going to be spending most of the time sanding, you might as well have the best equipment to sand with and move forward. I do have a small battery powered Makita sander, but I need a corded one, you know, it just has consistent juice and you can speed up the time you're sanding, because if you're sanding for half the job, you know, that's going to be a big benefit in the long run. I was looking at buying a thicknesser, but I'm going to go with the sander. That's my plan. So in other news, what have I got? I'm planning to move back to England from Australia in around 10 months time. This garage is going to be closed down. I'm going to be setting up a new shop garage over in England. So that's another thing I wanted to touch on, is, you know, the benefit of doing these videos, podcasts, all these social medias. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you've got that customer base / following base, and I can go and start up over there and won't really be affected too much, and it will be a cool story for a video to see my process of, you know, I'm completely shutting this one down. I'm going to ship all my tools to England, my van to England. Probably got to wait about 3 months to get there by boat and container, but once it gets there, set up shop again, and you can really see what I've done and how I've done it, from doing it from the ground up again. So I'm still buying tools though, but not big bulky tools. A Festool sander isn't that big. Shipping it all back in 10 months, we're going to be back there. Made another new contact, well, not new, sort of a known contact on Instagram. Been chatting to JCR Joinery, I think his name is. We're sort of at the same sort of level, and he's really going to getting into the YouTube / Instagram side of things, a lot on YouTube. And yeah, we're just going to come together once a week, chat and grow and try and, you know, help each other level up and learn from each other's mistakes, which is what I've been looking for. I've approached a few people before and they sort of said yeah, sort of not declined it, but just said yeah, great, but I didn't get the response I wanted. But this guy approached me. I'm looking forward to that, and then I'm going to try find one more person, maybe another 2 hopefully, and then that will be a good mastermind of 4 people, You know, once we've got two people can learn from each other's mistakes, and then 3 people make mistakes. You know, you can compress your time frame. What would take me 5 years or 4 years with 4, you know, friends slash business associates slash, you know, people, mastermind group that are in the same space, I can compress my 4-year time frame down to 1, because we're all making mistakes and learning from each other at the same time. That's my thinking. I got that one from Mr. Beast, and I'm sticking with it because he is at the tippy top of the spear, as they say in YouTube. I've got a few other people to approach and ask, all at different levels on social media, all at different levels with shop slash production work. 2 other guys, but we'll see what they say. If it's no, it's no. If yes, great. But glad I got one other person to sort of push forward with, and you never know, it might not work out, but at least we can sit and give it a best shot. We might talk and he might think this guy's a dickhead, and I might think this guy's a cunt. I'll probably beep that one out. Yeah. But he seems alright. It's from Liverpool in England. So that's another positive business goal this week. So, enough of the positive. Let's talk about failures and what has happened in my first attempt of my first slab. So, what happened is a beautiful slab that you see here, or you're listening to. Basically, the mistake I made, I flattened it with a Festool router jig on both sides. So I got it nice and flat, but then I just lacquered one side, and I left it for a few weeks in a hot garage, and unfortunately it bowed and cut. First project seems like it's unsalvageable, and there's a few reasons behind it. I took it back to the timber dealer that I got it from, and it is quite a thin slab already. It's about 27 mil. It was at around 32, so I took like 3 or 4 mil off one side, and then I took 2 mil off the other, and then I lacquered one side. And what he said is you have to do the same to both sides. Essentially, you can't take too much of one side and not a lot off the other. And if you lacquer one side, then I'm putting moisture back into the timber. Essentially, I had it tested by another timber slab dealer with a moisture meter, and it was dry as a bone when he tested it, but it was cut like a real bad 20 mil cut all the way through it. They did give me some advice how to fix it. Lay it in the hot sun on the grass for the day, cup side up, and it should cut back. It has cut back a pretty good amount, but not enough to salvage it. It's a lovely piece of timber. I don't want to throw it away. I might just keep it as a reminder, as this game is not as easy as you think it is. The first one I've already fucked up. Never mind, you live and you learn. On to the next one. That's about it for today. Just a quick one, just to give you a quick update. Next week I'm gonna look into this text messaging system and keep pushing the socials, keep pushing this podcast slash video YouTube podcast out. Still not many people listening, but that doesn't matter. Not looking at it to pay off in 3 months. I'll start looking back in a year and assessing where I am with this. But yeah, things are going well. I've tried to get it uploaded to Apple, but things take me a long time. So I'm on most of the major podcast platforms. Apple seems to be taking a while. This is week 5.